We haven't had a Ghost Recon game since 2014's free-to-play Ghost Recon Phantoms for the PC, so it's probably fairer to say we haven't had a proper Ghost Recon game since 2012's Future Soldier. But that's all about to change with the release of Ubisoft's Ghost Recon Wildlands, which puts the series in the open world and adds all the chaos of you and your friends. Ghost Recon Wildlands drops worldwide on March 7th for PC, Xbox One, and PS4. Here's everything you need to know before you go out and get it. For those new to this series, Ghost Recon is typically a third-person tactical shooter. Wildlands is technically the 13th game in the franchise and changes things up just a bit. It moves things back to the somewhat modern day compared to many entries in the series, which were more futuristic in terms of weaponry and the gadgets you had at your disposal. Wildlands also takes place in a huge open world, which will change the flavor of this game significantly as well. The setting for this campaign is Bolivia in the year 2019, which has become increasingly unstable as the drug wars turned it into the cocaine capital of the world, and honor those bastards still from 1980s Hollywood. As tensions build, a US embassy is targeted by the drug cartel, prompting an elite team of ghosts to be sent in on Operation Kingslayer to take down the drug dealers and uncover government corruption. Word has it, the Kingpin has one hand and a really hot sister. That's the basic setup before you're tossed into the open world. You can tackle any of the game's numerous main quests and side quests alone or in 4-player co-op, which is the highlight of Wildlands. The game was built from the ground up for co-op, allowing for freedom in how you tackle missions with multiple angles of attack and a ton of options. If you don't have any friends, however, you can still enjoy the game solo. You'll just have AI teammates to which you can issue commands as you fight the cartel's hold on Bolivia. Honestly, if your friends are jerks anyway, at least these guys will listen better. Gameplay-wise, Wildlands has a lot of similarities to The Division and Far Cry. Shooting-wise, it controls a lot like The Division with cover-based mechanics. You can also level up your unique character and find new loot as you progress through the game. Leveling up gives you access to skills that upgrade your weapon perks, drones, items, physical abilities, squad enhancements, and rebel support. One major departure from The Division, however, no bullet sponges. One bullet is enough to kill an enemy, or you, so you'll have to be careful as you engage the enemy. Stealth is another big factor with silent weapons and close quarters takedowns. And you can equip your character to tackle the game however you like. You can fully customize your weapons via the Gunsmith. There are a total of 60 weapons available with over 100 different attachments like scopes, magazines, and barrels, making for literally thousands of combinations when all is said and done. Outfits and clothing also customizable. Structurally, the game plays out very similarly to Far Cry. You have main quests and side quests spread out across the enormous map's 21 unique regions. Those regions are filled with enemies, including a drug boss, which must be taken down to progress through the game and free a region from cartel control. If you played Assassin's Creed Syndicate, think something like that as well. You'll also take down a lot of outposts and camps, and if you played Far Cry, this part will feel very familiar. You scope out the outpost, tag enemies through the help of a flying remote-controlled drone, and eliminate threats to push the cartel out. You can also interrogate cartel managers, opening up new gameplay opportunities. But really, the point of Wildlands is lots of freedom. The game allows you to take down the cartel in almost any way you see fit, and much of that has to do with the vast open world. It's got a day-night cycle, tons of different types of terrain, and dynamic weather, some of which affects how you complete your mission. You can explore that world and travel between missions via dirt bikes, helicopters, tanks, doom buggies, or, if you're feeling real adventurous, farm equipment. Why not? It's not exactly an empty open world either. Civilians roam the regions as well. You can steal their cars, run them over, or save them. Maybe, if you're feeling up to it. The choice is yours. In addition to civilians, all this political drama means Wildlands' open world is very hostile, with enemy factions targeting each other and you. The primary warring factions are the Unidad, the Bolivian military forces, Qatar's 26, the rebels, and Santa Blanca, the drug cartel. Fortunately, the Qataris can help you out from time to time, so you're not all alone, just mostly. It seems like Ubisoft's tried to mix things up with the various types of main missions and side missions. You can save hostages, extract prisoners, assassinate targets, interrogate drug lords, engage in high-speed chases with inter-vehicle combat, destroy convoys, and interrupt equipment drops. Any of these missions can be tackled through a number of means. You can stealth in at night, parachute in from a chopper, come in guns blazing with armored vehicles, or sit back and snipe away at your targets from a safe distance, which is a real Ghost Recon classic. While exploring, you'll also find that Wildlands map is filled with other stuff to do. This is a Ubisoft game after all, like huntable weapon cases to add to your arsenal, accessory cases, hidden skill points, and of course all those outposts we mentioned earlier. If you're trying to figure out which version of the game to get, the PS4 Pro edition of Wildlands runs at 1440p, upscaled to 4K, and is locked at 30 FPS. It also makes use of HDR if your TV supports that, along with the Xbox One S version. PC-wise, Ubisoft recommends for 1080p resolution at high presets, an i7 3770 or AMD FX 8350, along with a GTX 970 or AMD R9 290X equivalent, plus 8GB of RAM. As for upcoming content, there is a $40 season pass you can purchase for the game, which comes with 2 expansions. The first of these is Narco Road, which is, well, basically it's Fast and the Furious meets Ghost Recon Wildlands. You have to win the trust of car racing drug smugglers and take down their ring of fast driving criminals. The next expansion is Fallen Ghosts, where you and your teammates are escaping a ruthless drug lord after your chopper goes down in the jungle. The Season Pass gives you access to these modes a week earlier than anyone else can buy them, along with new weapons, loadouts, equipment, and experience boosts. Ubisoft is also adding a free PvP mode that pits 2 teams of 4 ghosts against each other in tactical combat. So that about does it for everything you need to know about Ghost Recon Wildlands before you make your decision to go out and get it. How many of you plan on picking it up? Let us know in the comments. If you want to know how the critics are receiving it, keep an eye out for an Is It Good when reviews drop. And for everything you need to know about the year's hottest releases, be sure to check out more videos in our Know Before You Go series. And, of course, if you're new around here, subscribe to The Know.
We are hunters. Blending so deep into the environment, we become part of it. We are adventurers, doing what no one else dares.